Oh my God, they're on a date? Are they on a date? Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Welcome back to my basement for season 1, episode 2 of the series House of the Dragon, streaming out on HBO, and I'm gonna call it House of Dragons some point, probably many times. Just roll with it. So episode 1 was okay. It had some intriguing-ish things. I have lots of questions. I got lots to say. So if you want to skip ahead right to the reaction, I get it. But it'd be nice if you stuck around for a couple of minutes. Thoughts number 1. Okay. So House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones. It's under the same umbrella. It should be similar. I particularly don't want it to be exactly the same because we've just had it already. I want similar, comforting in the fact of its similarities, but I don't want the same. However, for some reason I was trying to think, why wasn't that pilot episode, it lacked the same oomph that the Game of Thrones pilot did. And when we think about that pilot, several interesting things. One, I think I remember hearing that that pilot was not what we had originally were going to get. They had an episode filmed. They did test audiences and it sucked. It bombed. So I think HBO said, change it or canceling the series. And they went and changed it and we got what we did, which was stupendous on many, many levels. First, they gave us White Walkers right off the bat. And the fact that we got them, little did we know that they were gonna mean squat nothing to the end of the series. Really, they had little to no impact at how our journey ended. It was a side quest that didn't need to be there. It's so disappointing, but we got them. That was the first freaking thing we saw was the White Walkers. So that was right off the bat. We had dire wolves. Ooh, okay, cool. This is new. And then we got this family dynamic. Ooh, where one of the sons was a bastard, which meant, ooh, sex scandal. I'm intrigued. Tell me a little bit more. The king and his family arrived. Daddy Stark is getting a promotion. Okay, and we also sense that maybe the queen isn't so enamored of her husband. So we suspect maybe she might have a side piece. And then we got hit across the cheek with, oh yeah, she had a side piece, her own twin brother. Her own twin. Who else's twin was it gonna be? But yes, scandal. She's doing it with her brother. And then we got hit across the other cheek. Cherry on top. They pushed the kid out the window. Minds were blown. Mine was, I remember quite clearly watching that season 1 episode. Pilot episode. Bran's falling out the window. Cut to black. And my very first thought was, where's episode 2? I must know what happens next. That was crazy pants. House of the Dragon, we didn't have any of those moments. Things pretty much progressed as we expected them to. Pretty much at least as much as I expected them to. Did I think the king was going to banish his brother? Not so soon. That was a little nice surprise. Did we expect the baby to die? Yes, I expected the baby to die any moment. The way the baby died, that was a surprise, but I knew all these people are jockeying position. We've got an uncle, overly ambitious uncle who loves his second in line power for now. Oh yeah, I knew that baby was not long for the world. So no big surprises there. I think though, what could they have done to surprise me? Maybe if the baby had lived, or maybe mom going, you know what? Even if I give birth to a son, this child is in danger forever, and takes the baby away. That would have been a nice little twist. Is it sad and carnage? No, but it would have been a nice twist. So yeah, so while we had some very interesting ideas brought forward and premise, we had premise put into place, we didn't have those off-the-wall unexpected moments. Is it because we're savvier viewers now? We know that Game of Thrones is going to bring us the unexpected, so we already anticipate the unexpected? I don't know. But I just thought I can see why when I told friends last night that I was starting to watch the series, they went, yeah. I was like, okay, I see it. I see it now. What do we have going forward? Demon. Okay, we know he's not gone forever. Diabolical. You know, the Hand, Hightower, does not care for you. So what do? You pick out his son to joust. Not only do you annihilate him, you then get the Hand's daughter to give you her favor after just taking out her brother. That's stealthy. That to me was more wah than him slicing up half the village. That was like, ooh, that's just brute strength. But that was mentally diabolical. So I'm slightly lost as to why episode 1 was so much focused on the king needs an heir, the king needs an heir, the king needs an heir. Oh my gosh, his wife died, now he can't get an heir. What are we gonna do? It was like this weird, we must have an heir named. Why? Is the king dying? Why is it so imperative that they name that heir now? Because it sounds as if the moment he took the throne, he had an heir already in his brother, although the council, not all of them like him. He had an heir. So what was the push to get a different one from, like, a seed from his loin on the standby? Why? And the fact that that a infant male was more preferable than Rhaenyra, or a woman, like, seriously? Like, even the king himself was like, oh, all these squabbles that are happening, my son's gonna be born soon and he'll take care of everything. Your baby is gonna take care of everything. So why the big immediate, it just felt like a little too urgent? Why? Rhaenyra, will she take the throne someday? I don't know, because I think, I don't know, Alicent has been put up on a platter. I'm afraid Alicent is going to be our Sansa character, where she's just going to be victimized over and over. Sweet child, again and again. Huh. Fun. Who lives, who dies? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but I guess I'm ready to get into it, and I thank you so much for joining me. So I got my blanket, I've got my liquids, I have all of you. Thank you so much again for joining me, and let's get to it. So I heard that House of the Dragon had its own theme song, and so many people complained that they changed it to the old Game of Thrones song. Again, I think I would have liked seeing something like this kind of opening graphics, but with its own brand. That would have been nice. They shouldn't have changed it. Oh, the pirates. Right. And the crab feeder. Oh, and he's still alive. He's still alive. Oh, no.
His remains are being prepared by the Silent Sisters. They've succeeded.
And the heir to the throne is still pouring wine for the fellas.
4 ships have now been lost. The last one was flying my banner. I want to know what is to be done about my ships and my men.
The Crown will compensate you for your ship and crew and make an offering to the men's family.
I don't want compensation.
He wants it stopped immediately.
What reason does the crab feeder have to fear us? The king's own brother has been allowed to seize Dragonstone, and Daemon has squatted there for over half a year.
So it's been 6 months and he didn't go back to the Vale.
The stepstones will be settled in time.
You have dragon riders, father.
Just going over everybody.
At least
Perhaps there's some better use for the princess's talents, Your Grace.
Why don't you take the princess to see about the new King's Guard posting, Lord Commander?
Sir Desmond Caron. A fine knight, Princess.
Are we gonna meet Sir Crispin, the guy from Dorne? Is he one of the knights? Swipe left. Swipe left.
we thank you for your loyal service to the crown, sir.
Oh yeah, she's gonna have to take over some of her mom's duties, isn't she? Hopefully not all of them, but we know some of them.
Sir Kristen Cole,
That's it, Kristen Cole.
son of the steward of the Lord of Blackhaven.
Be welcome, Sir Kristen. You saw combat in the Stormlands.
Sir Arlen Dondarrion knighted me after we raised two of the watchtowers along the Burnway.
She chooses him, right? It is.
I choose Sir Kristen Cole.
Houses such as Crickle and Mallister are important allies of the crown.
My father should be defended by a man who's known real combat. Should he not?
Of course, Princess.
Why did you ask her to participate if you weren't gonna listen to her?
Do you believe that Westeros can be another Valyria, Your Grace?
That depends whether you speak of the freehold at its height or at its fall. The glory of old Valyria will never be seen again. 7. You do not mention our talks to Rhaenyra, do you?
Is that a yes or a no you want her to?
I fear that she wouldn't understand them.
No, Your Grace.
It's only been half a year since my mother died. And already they tried to marry my father off and replace me as heir.
What if your father were to remarry?
Does she want to be queen now?
I wish to apologize for the tenor at the small council today, Your Grace. None among us desire open war. Might I speak plainly, Your Grace?
I think he's going to anyway.
I fear that the eyes of our enemies are presently fixed on the Red Keep. The Queen has passed. A girl has been named heir to the Iron Throne. The King's brother, so disinherited, has claimed the Targaryen seat on Dragonstone without challenge. And now a foreign power has established a colony in our most critical shipping lane.
You paint such an aspirant portrait of my reign.
To elude a storm, you can either sail into it or around it, but you must never await its coming.
Very interesting thought.
Do you have a specific course of action to propose?
Join our families.
How?
Wed our daughter, Laena.
What?
Unite the two great surviving Valyrian houses.
What?
You can show the realm that the crown's strongest days are ahead.
How? How would that show it's strong?
The realm expects you to take a new wife sooner or later, to strengthen your line and produce more heirs. You could not ask for a stronger match than Laena.
Nice talk, Pops.
We haven't spoken much since.
Forever.
A regret of mine.
He has a lot of regrets when it comes to Rhaenyra. He names her heir, yet doesn't do anything to help prepare her to be a leader. Why?
Today at small council,
Paid no mind.
I thought I might have had some insight.
You're young. You will learn.
You will learn what? Not to speak? Learn what? Oh yeah, those are maggots. Okay. First I was like, rice? No, maggots. His finger hasn't healed.
This is our best chance to save the digit, Your Grace.
So I find
The
that
maggots
little...
will remove the dead flesh and hopefully stop the advance of the rot.
That little... If the throne keeps cutting him when he sits on it, almost as if the throne's saying, you're not worthy to be in this chair. I find that fascinating.
What is your advice, dear Otto?
The Lady Laena is young, Your Grace.
They all are.
I do fear what Rhaenyra might think.
What does it matter, Your Grace? Her mother has passed. Her father must propagate the royal line.
As if that's their only job.
Dearly loved, my own lady wife. The pain of her passing still haunts me. And to be compelled to replace her for duty's sake. You are the king, but I do not envy you.
That was slick there, Otto. Slick. Oh my God, they're on a date? Are they on a date? Oh no.
Your Grace, it would be a great honor to join our houses, as they were in old Valyria.
Oh, this poor child.
I would give you many children of pure Valyrian blood. so that we might strengthen the royal line and the realm.
Oh, Pumpkin.
Is that what your father told you to say?
No, your mother. Her mother.
What did your mother tell you?
That I wouldn't have to bed you until I turned 14.
The king be around that long? This is so fucked. Welcome to Westeros.
It bothers you, does it not?
How does Mom feel about her daughter being whored out, essentially?
Lena is your daughter, Princess. Does it bother you?
Of course it does. But I understand the order of things. Whether it's to my daughter or to someone else's, your father will remarry. His new wife will produce new heirs. And when that boy comes of age and your father has passed, the men of the realm will expect him to be heir.
When I'm queen, I will create a new order.
But the men of the realm already had their opportunity to appoint a ruling queen at the Great Council, and they denied it.
They denied you, Princess Rhaenys. But they bent the knee to me and called me heir to the throne.
Do you remind your father's men of that as you carry their cups?
So Rhaenyra does want to be queen now.
Lord Corlys Balarion has offered the hand of his daughter. I must admit, I don't know Lena very well.
I'm sure that she is good and kind.
Because she hasn't been old enough to not be good and kind yet.
I brought you something.
She fixed the dragon.
Your Grace, I've called the small council to an emergency session.
Why?
Why?
I think it best you hear it directly.
Well, then tell him.
Skorkidoso zedriso dromon tomepso uliroti rilaudixo.
Daridoros daimon sikia sida seglivzeus.
It is the pleasure of Daemon Targaryen, the Prince of Dragonstone and rightful heir to the Iron
Oh.
to announce that he is to take a second wife in the tradition of old Valyria. Her Grace is with child and is to have a dragon's egg placed in the babe's cradle in the custom of House Targaryen. The prince has invited you to his wedding.
Who is Lady Missaria?
We believe Daemon's whore.
Oh.
What would you have me do? Send him to the wall.
So they have the wall now. Why do they have the wall?
Scorio dromon Daemon Leitas.
Is it her dragon egg?
Assemble a detachment, Otto. I will go to Dragonstone and drag Daemon back to face justice
Your
myself.
Grace.
Is he gonna make it back?
My apologies, Your Grace, but I cannot allow it. Let me go to Dragonstone.
Hightower? I don't... We haven't had any carnage yet, so I think somebody's gonna come out of somewhere and attack somebody.
Your occupation of this island is at an end. You're to relinquish the dragon's egg, disband your army, banish your whore, and leave Dragonstone by order of his grace.
I thought you could just say it and it would happen.
Sir Crispin, wasn't it?
Oh, God.
Sir Kristen Cole, my prince.
Ah, yes, apologies. I couldn't recall.
Perhaps my prince recalls when I knocked him off his horse.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my Lord. They're just poking this bear.
To choose violence here is to declare war, even if it ends in the death of your unborn child and its mother.
There goes. Oh, there's a dragon. Oh, who's Is this his dragon? Is his dragon? This is And what's she gonna do, Pumpkin? I think she's mad that her he took her baby brother's dragon egg.
What are you doing here, princess?
Preventing bloodshed.
Kepanucha inazed ristoro. Darira rosso brostas.
Kesu ugleisa luon zombaz mianuchon isa.
Honir Nuhruho Sutjailan.
Sikiland.
Razilari Tubi.
She gonna push this woman off the bridge.
I'm right here, Uncle. The reason that you were disinherited. If you wish to be restored,
look at her go.
You'll need to kill me, so do it. And be done with all this bother.
We know he's not gonna kill her, but did he take the egg with him? Oh! The fact that she did that without any carnage is quite impressive, and I don't trust it. Did he take 2 eggs? Because that would have been funny if he took 2 eggs.
You announced that we were to be wed, and that I was with child.
Perhaps when we are wed, we can make that true.
I ensured long ago that I would never be threatened by childbirth.
Oh, he lied.
I came to you to be liberated.
Liberated?
How?
From what?
Fear.
Well, she picked the wrong guy for that.
Lord Corlys is your master of ships, and she is the eldest daughter of the wealthiest house in the realm.
Are they now?
And she has Targaryen blood. What's to mislike?
She is 12.
She will mature.
What if I was to reject Lord Corlys' proposal?
I fear nothing short of a direct line to the Iron Throne would satisfy him, and the Sea Snake holds claim to nearly half the realm's ships.
He would not dare withhold them in the face of the realm's need.
Driftmark makes for a better ally than it does an enemy.
That's right. I forget that everybody has like 8 names, and that's gonna mess me up so many times.
You should wed Lena Velaryon, Your Grace. Sate Lord Corlys and fix him at your side.
The princess has returned from Dragonstone.
Dragonstone?
Did you? He didn't know. He didn't know. And none of his men told him she had gone. Who's gonna die for letting her go?
And you acted without the crown's leave. You are my only heir. You could have been killed.
How about he treat her like a daughter and not an heir? I know, it's asking too much.
And retrieve the egg without bloodshed. A feat I'm not sure Sir Otto could have accomplished alone.
I struggle to realize that my daughter had so quickly become a woman grown. But I know she understands what is now expected of me.
The king must take a new wife.
But you are my only heir. And our line is vulnerable. By marrying again, I may begin to ensure that we are better defended.
Against whom?
Everybody?
You are the king, and so your first duty is to the realm.
I have decided to take a new wife.
Who's he gonna name? Why do I have a feeling it's not Lady Lenara?
I intend to marry.
Why is she there? Why is she there?
The Lady Alicent Hightower. Before Spring's End.
Okay, why strategically? Why this? I don't understand. What is this?
This is an absurdity.
Oh, don't look so smug. Don't look so smug. I see that he has some sort of an understanding with Alicent, however.
Rhaenyra.
Strategically, this doesn't make sense.
House Velaryon's origins reach back to old Valyria. But unlike the Targaryens, we were no dragon lords. Unlike every other lord of the realm, I can say that I built my house's high seat with the strength of mine own back. I've always thought of you and I as having been made from the same cloth.
We saw this coming. Oh, no.
You've heard of the troubles in the Stepstones. And the king's failures have allowed him to accumulate strength. Waiting in the Stepstones is a chance for you to prove your worth to any who might yet doubt it. We are the realm's second sons, Daemon. Our worth is not given. It must be made.
Who's this crab dude? Is it somebody that we will have yet to meet? Mm-hmm. So how has Westeros survived 110 years of this king? Either he's not really making strategic choices, or something got cut and I lost it. Should he have married the 12-year-old? No. No. But they were kind of setting it up as if, not so he didn't have a choice. It's weirdly complicated. We knew he already had an enemy of Lord Corlys and Princess Rhea. And why are they giving them all similar names? I'm gonna mess them up. Anywho, he already had an enemy because he was chosen to be king. And he needed to keep them happy somehow, some way. Done a little bit of a better option. Because he left himself open to more takeovers. So what was the strategy about marrying Alicent? Do we know he was leading up to that? Yes, we saw the writing on that wall. Now remember I said at the beginning, before this, that we needed some interesting twists and turns. I want the twists and turns to make weird sense. Jaime pushing Bran out the window. That was a twist. Terrible. Didn't see coming, but it made sense. These choices don't make sense yet. I'm getting the squinty eyes. I'm going, what is happening? Rhaenyra is kicking some ass. Gosh, I hope she succeeds. I want to root for her. That's the bad thing about Game of Thrones. Is that I'm hesitant to root for people because they can turn on a dime or be killed. So it's hard. I want to champion, and that's the thing about this show that I've always struggled with, is that you don't really have champions. We've had two. We had two in Game of Thrones. We had Jon Snow and Arya. And Jon, we almost lost. I would like to have more than one or two options, please. But things are, the pot is stirring. It's getting a little intriguing. We got to add some more seasoning, which I guess would be episode 3. And I do hope that you wish me for that adventure. So thank you so much for joining me. Also, please take care of yourself. If you had a happy Halloween, moderation, but enjoy it, and then come back and see me. So until next time, y'all.